You're sticking with your target of around 40,000 fresher addition, and I asked you that last year. I remember in the quarter there was addition to the tune of what, 35,000 people. This quarter it's down to 500.
So we have actually made a strategic move last year that will basically invest in our people, get more people in, significantly invest in talent development, and basically eventually make them productive in, if it take 12 to 18 months, do that. And that always worked for us. Our pyramid of what we hire is very important for us,
sure.
and because that is what keeps the cost down, keeps him happy in the process, and drive it in a very effective and efficient manner.
You're talking about hiring in a pyramid format. But then there are reports also coming in that with respect to some of the lateral hires, there has been a bit of delay as well in onboarding. Would you want to clarify the air on that?
So, because of the environment, we are looking at project getting paused, sometimes technically, sometimes for maybe a little longer term, and those pauses are basically making us have our onboarding aligned with that.
Sure.
That is the reason. So it's tactical in nature. I just want to assure everyone that we are going to onboard everyone. We are going to honor all. It's not even a question.
I don't think we asked TCS even that question whether you'll honor it or not. But is it just, let's say, a 3 to 6 months delay, or could it be longer in terms of onboarding?
I don't think it's going to be longer than that.
Okay, so 3 to 6 months is what people
Possibly,
should prepare
yes.
themselves for. We talked about subcontracting as one of the levers, productivity, utilization. But the travel costs and the other discretionary costs, have they normalized, or there's a bit of fluctuation which is possible there as well?
So overall, if you look at some of our discretionary expenses, they have now reached a critical mass where we can start looking at optimizing them further. Post the pandemic, some of them had come low that we could allow it to have some flux into it. Yeah. That becomes one of the levers definitely in terms of looking at it. Travel from its pre-pandemic levels is still lower. But in absolute terms, it has a critical mass.
Okay, fair enough. But talk to me about overall how the pricing and realization environment is as well, because with respect to pricing, at least we haven't heard yet that there have been a large discussion around discounts or too much competition coming into the deals as well. Is that something that you are witnessing as well, or it's getting a bit more competitive and you have to kind of give away a bit of margin to get that deal?
So if we look at the overall pricing environment, it's stable.
Okay.
From a realization perspective, on a year-on-year basis, we have got realization improvement as also. From a competitive scenario, it always remains competitively bid. There would be sole source deals or proactive deals where we can have the leverage, versus many cost optimization deals have to be competitively bid. But what the USP in terms of delivery capabilities and how we are able to structure it makes the difference.
Sure. Point taken. Milind, just wanted to come back to the point of attrition as well. It's, of course, off materially from the highs that we had seen of over 20%, 24, 25%. But when do you see them going back to the pre-COVID levels of single digit, perhaps?
Second half of this year. Not single digits, but it will go to the levels which we actually we are used to, and we are industry leading. Which over the long term range, if you look at industry leading numbers, we will get to that in the second half of the year.
So 11 to 13% by second half?
I will not give a number, but
sure.
Look at that.
Okay. Would you also want to clarify the air around the entire hiring, onboarding, issues that really came out in terms of N. Chandra also saying in the AGM that the processes will be put in place to get the checks in place. What are you doing about it? What processes are you working on?
No, I think we already said what we were supposed to say on this topic. Only thing I would say is that it was a code of conduct issue, and we just need to make sure that we continue to drive stronger awareness to our people, and also ensure that our whistleblower process is working very, very well.
Okay.
And we continue to provide strong governance to ensure that we basically can conclude these things very quickly. It's very, very important for us.